and all the first responders that worked at scene in your prayers.
And that's, and we asked you to just bear with the family. And the family is grateful for everybody, all the volunteers, and everybody that came out. And just, as the chief said, keep them in your prayers. I'm going to turn it over to the family's pastor and let Andy talk to you just.
Guys, first of all, the family wants you to know all the volunteers and the countless hours that everybody searched. So many people that donated, whether it be food, drink, batteries, everything. They just said that they wanted to make sure everybody knew how much they appreciated that. And they want Noah's life to be honored in the fact that, he brought a community together. And they're asking right now that they have time to mourn and to love on each other and go through this time of loss. But in the same, they beg for you to continue to pray. Continue to pray and continue to keep this heart of service, this heart of compassion for other people and other humans. And they just are overwhelmed by how many people have turned out to search for their son. So our prayers go to the family, and again, we thank you.
And I would also like the people to know, don't start rumors. Don't start anything cause family grief, because they're grieving enough. And if you do that, search your own soul and put yourself in their shoes, because that's not the thing to do. They're a very faith-oriented family, and it's remarkable to see their faith in God. And it's tough. It makes us look at our own. So just think about the family, pray for them.
Could you talk a little bit about the area where y'all found him and that kind of stuff?
No, he's a good looking, like you said, found something from the house. And everybody we know that we've talked to, and Sunday school teachers and all, talked about how determined he was, how fast he could run, how much energy and stamina he had, and it's just remarkable. But he has been located. That will help the family have some rest.
Was this an area that y'all had already searched previously, or was it new territory?
This was an area we had expanded our search into. Like I said earlier in earlier press conferences, every day we expanded our search further and further. This was an area, it was on the outskirts of what we had searched, and we were back searching it for the second time. It was right on the borderline of where we'd been searching. We expanded it on out further.
Can you tell us how he was located?
Doing a grid search on foot, and they walked up on him.
Do you all believe any foul play was involved?
No. Just a tragic accident.
Can you guys comment now? I know you couldn't yesterday, on what evidence led you to believe that he was in the woods?
We had some tracks.
Some tracks and some dog
And
scents.
some dog sets. The weather, Andy and I just talking on the way over, if it had been that day that stayed warm and had rained and turned off cold, we wouldn't have been here talking about this. We would have been recovered.
Do you guys believe he had taken off running and that's what happened?
Yeah, everybody says.
I think it happened just like the grandmother said it happened in the beginning. And everybody questioned.
Everybody that we talked about, he ran all the time. Jumped over tables, ran, just nonstop. Just kept an adult couldn't keep up with him. He loved to hide.
We've kind of talked about how the family's doing right now, and clearly they're going through a tragic loss. How are you guys? How is law enforcement holding up?
It's tough on law enforcement and the rescue, and firemen, everybody that's been out there, and it's tough because you give your heart and soul.
And we're human too.
I think we've done everything humanly possible. We were there, and we stuck to it, and looked. Just what was meant to be for some reason. We don't know everything. We're not supposed to know everything.
And from a search standpoint, we can't thank the other agencies that come from here all over the country to help us. And we couldn't have stayed around the clock since this thing started without that extra help, because, you know, people had to stop every once in a while and take a break and get some sleep. We couldn't have kept it going without that extra help, and we appreciate it.
And we will say, and we've been involved in lots of searches, West Tennessee is the greatest place there is. And all the law enforcement, the guy from Springfield, Missouri is here with his dogs, and they came all the way and been here working. And he said, we've never seen this before.
Despite the circumstances, are you all glad that you were able to find him still?
Absolutely. That was our prayer that before we left, we would find him.
And that was the prayer last night at the vigil. It's not the outcome we wanted, but we feel like we got some peace by having him home.
It was going to be hard for us to pull out. We discussed it for 2 or 3 days. We knew that it was something that had to be done because of the weather and safety issues. But it was carrying a toll on us to think we was going to leave him out there.
And we discussed all that with the family.
The family knew it, was aware.
They understood.
Very understanding. And their concern was for the rescuers as much as anything else.
And they were, and you know, I was hammered for saying it before, but they had faith. They had faith the entire time, and that's what Sheriff Mayor said. They're very faith-oriented people, and that's probably a good thing.
That's what we got them through it.
That's what to get them through.
So are y'all thinking that he just ran off playing? He got disoriented?
That's all that happened. I mean, he just ran off. Everybody we talked to, it's just like Grandma said, she turned it in for a minute, he was gone. There's trails everywhere.
You know, we even had people tell us even the adults would run after him, they couldn't even catch him, he'd outrun them.
I'm witness to that.
Was there a specific lead that led you to the spot, or is it just kind of part of the grid search?
It's just the search, as the chief said, just kept on expanding, and, you know, we've gone miles and miles.
What we try to do is we search tight nets, last seen area, and we just keep expanding that. But we try to do it, very thoroughly so we don't miss anything. So we just kept expanding. And I'll be honest with you, this is further away than I felt like. But we had to keep expanding, and that's why we do that.
Was he near a trail?
Well, a clearing.
Yeah.
Somewhere that he could have stayed on fairly solid, clear ground?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I said before that how much I appreciate the other agencies, and we all have always through the years worked together very good, but Sheriff Mayer has been there the entire time, and Chief Turner, Madison County don't have lucky they are to have what they got. Chief Turner had, without that grid search and things, it would have been virtually impossible to search over.
And Madison County Health Department.
And Madison County Health Department, EMA, and all the
Too many to mention.
It's way too many.
We can't name everybody that's involved in all the agencies. It's just remarkable.
You guys commented on this bringing the community together, the whole West Tennessee together. Any indication from the family this is going to be a public funeral open to the community?
They don't even discuss that at this time. You know, they're grieving, and it's not the time.
You said that he was farther away than you expected to find him. You guys started the search pretty quickly. Do you think he was continuing to move away as you guys were searching closer?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
And in saying that, it's just, we get statistics of how far a young man of certain ages will move, or a grown-up will move, and that's what we have to kind of go by. So that's how we start. But like I said, we keep continuing that because we don't know that for sure.
Of course, all of Facebook said he could have been that far.
Based on those statistics, how long do you think he was continuing to move away?
That's hard to say because that all depends on the terrain, which was rough, And we don't know how fast he could move. I mean, that's all subject to change or whatever, so no way of knowing for sure.
Are you going to request an autopsy?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that standard protocol?
Yes.
Dr. Emerson and Dr. Schwartz are already here, and so, that autopsy will be performed.
But there's no indication of foul play, no criminal investigation?
No.
We know that one of the search challenges was the sinkholes in the area. Was it near a sinkhole that?
Down
There's some big ditches.
ditches and stuff, but he wasn't in a big ditch or anything.
And Pastor, I don't know if you can really quickly, can you describe Noah and how his family saw him? What kind of person was he growing up to be?
Noah's 2.5 years old, and so 2.5-year-old is like most 2.5 years old. This one is, matter of fact, me and the family were just talking. I mean, he's a spider monkey, and I mean, he was just 100 miles an hour, whatever he did. And I know this, that, and I feel confident in being able to share this, but as the mom just got through praying, Jesus better have his ice skates on to keep up with him. Because it's one of those things that he was just a bundle of joy. He's just 100 miles an hour, very tough, strong kid. And so, but it's, just amazing family with their faith in God. And not just in this time, but in any time.
Thank you.